Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be day drinking in a public park in Japan at 12 p.m. on a rainy day. Thankfully, it's not raining too much right now. It's just getting a light misting down, I will acknowledge, but it was raining a little bit heavier earlier, and so as such, it is quite wet right now. I'm currently at a public park right next to a train line, and it is very quiet here, I will acknowledge, so I'm not going to be speaking too loudly during this video today, but it is a very nice day if I do say so myself. Let's just take a look at the park real quick, and we can see it is very gorgeous. It is nothing too special by any means. This park is a little bit above average for a park in a neighborhood in Japan, in my personal opinion, but it is nothing super insanely special by any means. But I'm thinking it is nonetheless the perfect place to day drink at, well, 12 p.m. on a rainy day in Japan, and so as such, that's exactly what I'm doing today. I have myself a Kirin no Do Goshi tall boy beer for my drink today. This has a 5% alcohol, and it cost me somewhere around 200 yen if I remember correctly, although I can't remember exactly how much. All I do know is that this beer was definitely a lot cheaper than it would have been if I bought it in the United States, that is for sure. I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and actually get to drinking before it really gets back to raining again, now shouldn't I? Because even though I did bring my umbrella with me today, you know, I'm thinking my beer is going to be just a lot more enjoyable to have if I'm just sitting out here while it's, well, not really raining, than if I'm sitting out here while it is raining. And there's a pigeon walking over to me. It thinks I'm going to feed it, I think. How's it going, Mr. Pigeon? How you doing, homie? You doing well? How you doing, Jeffrey? I've named him Jeffrey. That's Jeffrey right there. How you doing, Jeffrey? I hope Jeffrey is doing well. I hope Jeffrey is doing well, let me tell y'all what. But I do think, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get my alcohol all opened up now, shouldn't I? I'm trying to think of a good way to position my camera. I just got water all over the bottom of my camera because I thought this was gonna be magnetic, but it's not actually. But I'm just gonna put my camera down on my leg, just like that, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab my alcohol, get it opened up, and I think it's time for me to go ahead and get to actually, well, day drinking at a public park in Japan at 12 p.m. on a rainy day. Yes sir, you know what I'm saying. And that is quite nice if I do say so myself. Now, I'll acknowledge, the Kirin no Do Goshi beer, it is a much cheaper beer than not. It's not actually beer at all. It's a beer-flavored alcoholic beverage made with soy protein, so it is actually a gluten-free beer in technicalities, although it wasn't designed for that. It was designed for tax reasons, and that's why it's gluten-free instead, I'll acknowledge. It is a much cheaper alcoholic beverage than not, and I'm not gonna lie, it does taste a little bit cheap too. I really enjoyed it the first time I had it, and I've had it I think once or twice since then, both times in a small boy can. But this time when I'm drinking it in a tall boy, it's just not hitting the same, I will acknowledge. It is not as good as I remember it being from a couple days ago, but hey, either way, I'm not complaining. I got myself my drink in hand. And there's Jeffrey, walking on the ground. Yo, there he is, Jeffrey. Lots of birds making noises. We can hear the trains in the background behind me. Kind of see them through the trees just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can, but there it is. There's a station not far from here, and when I say not far from here, I mean like literally like 50 meters away. There's a station right there. So trains do be passing through here all the time. It's not a super major station by any means. It's certainly not as major as somewhere like, let's say, Shibuya or Shinjuku or Tokyo Station, but there are still trains passing through, I'd have to say, probably every 3 to 4 to 5 minutes or so, depending on the time of day. So it is definitely a bit busier and a bit more noisy than not, but honestly, it's just kind of nice background noise, I'll acknowledge. It's not so bad. Like, this is a really nice, quiet neighborhood in Japan, and sometimes when I'm walking through a really nice quiet neighborhood, like it's really nice, it's really quiet, really relaxing because it's so quiet and there's nothing a lot going on, but it can feel almost so quiet that sometimes it can be kind of stifling in my personal opinion. And this train station really does make it where it just doesn't feel as stiflingly quiet, or like as stiflingly, like, I don't know, just perfect as it would otherwise be. Like, I don't know, for me, like, things that are, like, too perfect, kinda, I'm not gonna say weird me out, but, like, I don't know, they just, like, make me anxious. Like, I wouldn't want to move into a neighborhood that was perfect. I wouldn't want to move into a neighborhood like that. Like, that would just be scary. I'd be like, is this a cult or something? Like, this is too perfect. Like, I don't know, things that are too perfect are just too much for me. And this neighborhood, it's very quiet, it's very serene, it's very relaxing. But if the train station wasn't here and it didn't have that noise every once in a while, I feel like it would almost feel like it's too perfect. And so I kind of like this spot in this neighborhood more, just because there is the train line right there, and because this neighborhood isn't perfect. That's kind of what makes it better for me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Didn't take very long. I've already got a nice little bit of a buzz going. No complaints on my behalf, you know what I'm saying? I was figuring, though, I mean, like, it's a bit more drizzly today than not. It was raining a bit heavily earlier, and now it's not really raining much at all. Just just a light mist coming down every once in a while, droplets coming off the trees. But I wasn't really expecting there to be a lot of people in the park, because it is kind of just an odd day. However, there's a couple people just kind of hanging out on another side of the park, and they're hanging out under the one shelter in the park. I walked over here with the expectation that nobody was going to be over here, but now there are a bunch of people walking through and everything like that, to my surprise. I got a nice buzz going, though. I can't complain. The Kirin no Dagoshi, it's only 5%, if I remember correctly. I want to say, yeah, alcohol 5%. It's not an insanely strong alcoholic beverage by any means, but it's certainly getting me pretty nice. I got a nice buzz going, and the buzz I'm getting from it is definitely a little bit different than the buzz I've been getting from some other alcoholic beverages I've had in Japan so far. Definitely, like, Strong Zero, for example, gives me a different buzz than this. The last alcoholic beverage I had was a Strong Zero, and I definitely have to say that this is giving me a different buzz than the Strong Zero I had previously. But in a good way, It's nice to be getting a little bit of a different buzz, just because I'm drinking something a little bit different, you know? Gotta switch it up. I'm also extremely glad, like, let me just show you all the spot real quick. Like, this is the spot. I'm extremely glad I had the forethought to bring some plastic bags to sit on, because, like, in the back of my pants is still getting a bit wet. But I was like, okay, if the shelter is not open, I'm gonna have to sit on a wet bench. And so I was like, I need something that I can just, like, throw away after sitting on. And I was like, oh, plastic bags. So I'm very glad I brought some plastic bags to sit on, because otherwise I would be sitting on a wet bench and my pants would be wet and they would be wet for the rest of the day, because I'm wearing jeans. Also, peep the fit. You know, we stayed ripped out. Got the Cuban chain on. Got the Columbia like bag on, you know what I'm saying? We got the Columbia bag on. We got the Carhartt fire-resistant jeans, Dickies socks. We got the New Balance numeric 600 Tom Knoxes. We got the Saddlebred sweater. We got the Nike pocket tee underneath, and we got the Casio World Time going, you know what I'm saying? We dripped out today, day drinking at a public park in Japan at 12 p.m. on a rainy day. Big ball of moves, you know what I'm saying? I am very glad I brought those plastic bags with me, I'll acknowledge. I think after I finish off my beverage, and after I'm done day drinking in this public park, I think I am gonna go, probably to 7-Eleven. And I'm gonna get myself an onigiri. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm feeling a little bit hungry. I am feeling a little bit hungry, so I think I might go to 7-Eleven and get myself an onigiri and eat. And head back to the Airbnb. Excuse me. I think I might do that. I gotta grab myself a screenshot for the thumb of this video in a minute, but before that, I'm gonna take another sip, or two, or three. Well, I'm gonna go and grab myself a thumbnail real quick. I do think, I gotta do it to them, right? Let's see, which side do I want to use? I think they're both the same. We'll use this side. Perfect. Hopefully one of those will do as a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. We will find out, you know what I'm saying? This park, though, overall, it's very nice in my opinion. Looks like got like some sort of tennis court or a basketball court, although I think it is closed. It looks very closed. I will acknowledge I don't think that's used anymore, but it did have one. Maybe that was a batting cage. I don't know exactly what it is. There's like netting over it and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure. Excuse me. But there's a bunch of like exercise equipment. There's a bunch of benches like the one I'm sitting on. There's a couple smaller benches as well, just for one person. A couple tables, so if you wanted to like eat food out here or something like that kind of thing, you absolutely could. And got a playground for the kids to go play at, I do suppose. And got a bunch of benches that are really good to drink at. No complaints on my behalf. Overall, this park in Japan, in my opinion, it's a solid, I'm gonna have to say, 3.8 out of 4. It's a solid 3.8 out of 4 in my personal opinion. It would be a 3 out of 4, but it has bathrooms as well. That's a pretty big deal. So, yeah, it's getting a 3.8 out of 4. Because it's a nice park, and it's got bathrooms, but it's not like the best park ever. But it's a good park nonetheless. I think I've got one more sip of my drink left. I think I'm gonna have that. And I think, now that I've finished day drinking at a public park in Japan, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day with a nice buzz going. I think that's the plan. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I day drank at a public park in Japan at 12 p.m. on a rainy day. you guys have enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Got my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and everything like that, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Appreciate y'all watching. To the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, no, I'm saying.